Welcome students. ഇന്ന് ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഈക്വലൻസ് ഓഫ് മാസ് ആൻഡ് എനർജി. ഐൻസ്റ്റീൻ്റെ ഫേമസ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഇക്വേഷൻ ഈസ് ഈക്വൽ ടു എം സി സ്ക്വയർ നമുക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും പരിചയമാണ്. അപ്പോൾ ആ ഒരു ഇക്വേഷനാണ് ഇന്ന് നമ്മുടെ ഡിറൈവ് ചെയ്തെടുക്കാനായിട്ട് പോകുന്നത് അല്ലേ. അപ്പോൾ ഈസ് ഈക്വൽ ടു എം സി സ്ക്വയർ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ്? മാസിനെ എനർജിയും നമുക്ക് കൺവേർട്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. മാസിനെ എനർജി ആയിട്ടും എനർജിയെ മാസ് ആയിട്ടും. സോ അതിൻ്റെ ഒരു ഈക്വലൻസ് ആണ് ഐൻസ്റ്റീൻ ഈ ഒരു ഡെറിവേഷനിലൂടെ കാണിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. Okay, so mass can be converted into energy and vice versa. അപ്പോൾ അതിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് we have to consider a particle of rest mass m0. ഇപ്പോൾ m0 എന്ന് പറയുന്ന റെസ്റ്റ് മാസ് ഉള്ള ഒരു പാർട്ടിക്കിൾ and a force is acting on this particle. അപ്പോൾ സ്വാഭാവികമായിട്ട് ഒരു ഫോഴ്സ് ആക്ട് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ എന്ത് സംഭവിക്കും? that particle will be displaced through a distance, a small distance, dx ആണെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുക. അപ്പോൾ ഒരു dx എന്ന് ഡിസ്റ്റൻസിൽ ഫോഴ്സിന്റെ ഡയറക്ഷനിൽ അത് ഡിസ്പ്ലേസ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് തുടങ്ങും അല്ലെ. അപ്പൊ തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും ഒരു ഫോഴ്സ് ആക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നു. അപ്പൊ അവിടെ ഒരു സ്മോൾ ഡിസ്റ്റൻസ് അതിന് ഡിസ്പ്ലേസ്മെന്റ് സംഭവിക്കുന്നു. അങ്ങനെയാണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ എന്താ സംഭവിക്കുക? അവിടെ ഒരു വർക്ക് ഡൺ ഉണ്ട് അല്ലെ. അപ്പൊ വർക്ക് ഡൺ എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ എന്തിനായിരുന്നു? ആദ്യം ആ പാർട്ടിക്കുലർ റെസ്റ്റിലായിരുന്നു, പിന്നീട് അതിന് എന്താണ് ഒരു റെസ്റ്റിൽ നിന്ന് മോഷനിലേക്ക് കൊണ്ടുവരാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് അവിടെ ഒരു വർക്ക് ചെയ്തു. അപ്പൊ അവിടെ അങ്ങനെ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ കൈനറ്റിക് എനർജി എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ആദ്യം 0 ആയിരുന്നു കൈനറ്റിക് എനർജി, ബിക്കോസ് ദാറ്റ് പാർട്ടിക്കിൾ വാസ് ഇൻ റെസ്റ്റ്. സോ കൈനറ്റിക് എനർജി ഫസ്റ്റ് 0 ആയിരുന്നു. അതിനുശേഷം അതിന്റെ ഡിസ്പ്ലേസ്മെന്റ് നടക്കുമ്പോൾ എന്ത് സംഭവിക്കും? കൈനറ്റിക് എനർജി ഇൻക്രീസ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് തുടങ്ങും. So the increase in kinetic energy of the body is given by equation 11.1, that is dt is equal to F into dx, where F is the force and dx is the displacement and dt is the increase in kinetic energy. T is the kinetic energy, dt is the change in kinetic energy from 0 to a particular value. ഇനി ന്യൂട്ടന്റെ സെക്കൻഡ് ലോ ഓഫ് ഇക്വേഷൻ അനുസരിച്ച് നമുക്കറിയാം F is equal to ma ആണ് അല്ലെ. ഫോഴ്സ് ഈക്വൽ ടു ma. So m is mass and a is acceleration. So here we can written as F is equal to dp by dt or d by dt of mv, where m is the mass. So mass എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് കോൺസ്റ്റന്റ് ആണ്. So d by dt of mv എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ്? Rate of change of velocity is acceleration. So ma. So we can written this equation as F is equal to dp by dt, which is equal to d by dt of mv, where p is the momentum and m is the mass of the body moving with a velocity v. So from equation 11.1, we can write as instead of force F, we can give this equation, that is d by dt of mv. So dt is equal to d by dt mv into dx. And we can use the product rule here, that is first into derivative of the second plus second into derivative of the first. So m into dv by dt plus b into dm by dt into dx and m into dv by dt into dx plus b into dm by dt into dx. Here we can written this equation as m into dx by dt into dv plus b into dx by dt into dm, where dx by dt is the change in displacement with respect to the time, that is velocity. So m into v into dv plus v into v into dm. So we can written as the change in kinetic energy as dt is equal to mv dv plus v square dm. And we know that the equation for relativistic mass is m is equal to m0 divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square, where m0 is the rest mass, m is the relativistic mass, and v is the velocity with which the particle is moving, and c is the velocity of the light. And we can square this equation, that is m square into 1 minus v square by c square is equal to m0 square, or I'm taking this, I'm multiplying 1 with the m square. Sorry, first of all, I'm taking this, I'm cross multiplying this equation, then I'm multiplying with m square. So I will get m square c square minus m square c v square, which is equal to m0 square c square. And differentiating both sides of equation, this 11.4, then we will get c square into 2m dm minus v square into 2m dm minus m square into 2v dv, which is equal to 0. Here m0 square is the rest mass, c is the velocity of the light, so both are constant. Then in the right hand side we will get 0. And here also in m square, c square is constant. So for c square into 2m into dm. When I am taking the derivative of c square, it will become 0. And here I am taking first term is b square, and I am taking the derivative of the second term, that is m square, that is 2m into dm. Then next is m square, then I am taking the derivative of v square, that is 2v into dv. Next, c square into dm minus v square into dm minus m into v into dv, and I am taking 2m as the common term, which is equal to 0. Anyway, 2m is not equal to 0, then c square dm minus v square dm minus mv dv is equal to 0. Or we can written as c square dm is equal to v square dm plus mv dv. And we can compare the equation 11.5 and this 11.3. In 11.3, this is the RHS side, and in 11.5, this is the RHS sides. So both are equal. Then we can equate both the LHS parts. So dt is equal to c square into dm. So dt is what? This is the change in or increase in kinetic energy, which is equal to c square into dm. Suppose we are assuming that the mass of the body increases from m0 to m, because m0 is the rest mass. When we are applying some force, then it will start to move. Then when this particle is in motion, then there is a relativistic mass m. So the mass of the body increases from m0 to m, and its kinetic energy increases from 0 to t, because first of all it was in rest, so kinetic energy is 0. If it start moving, then its kinetic energy become t. So we can integrate equation 11.6. So dt is changing from 0 to t, and dm is changing from m0 to m. So we can differentiate these two, then we will get dt. When we are differentiating dt, we will get t. Then applying the limits 0 to t, and c square is constant, and dm, when we are integrating this dm, then we will get m, and applying the limits, that is m0 to m. So t is equal to m minus m0 into c square, which is equal to delta m into c square. Well, delta m is the change in this mass, that is m minus m0. M is the relativistic mass and m0 is the rest mass. So the kinetic energy of the body is equal to its increase in mass due to its relative motion multiplied by the square of the speed of light in free space. Here the T is the kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is equivalent to what? The change in mass. So there is a convertible equivalence of energy and mass. Change in kinetic energy is equal to the change in mass multiplied by the square of the velocity of the light. And equation 11.7, this equation 11.7, it is the fundamental equation of mass energy equivalence, and it is formulated by Einstein. And in this equation, m0 c square may be regarded as the rest mass energy of the body, because m0 is the rest mass and it is multiplied by the square of the velocity of the light. Thus, the total energy possessed by a moving body is the sum of its rest mass energy and kinetic energy of the body. Okay. So total energy is equal to rest mass energy plus relativistic kinetic energy, and E is equal to m0 c square into c square into m minus m0, or we can written as E is equal to mc square, and this is called mass energy relation. And we can discuss two special cases. Case 1 is when V is very, very less than C. When V is very, very less than C means V is the velocity of the particle and C is the velocity of the light. If it is very, very less than the velocity of the light, then the kinetic energy T is equal to C square into M minus M0, and C square into M is what? The relativistic mass. The relativistic mass can be written as M0 divided by square root of 1 minus V square divided by C square minus M0. And M0 C square into 1 minus V square by C square raised to minus 1 by 2 minus 1. I'm taking this M0 here, M0, here M0. I'm taking this M0 as common. Then M0 C square, and I'm expanding this term using the binomial theorem. Then we will get 1 plus 1 by 2 V square by C square plus etc. And the other terms are higher energy term, higher order term, and a minus 1. So we can neglect these higher terms. Then we will get T is equal to half. This 1 minus 1. This can be cancelled. Then next is C square, and C square can be cancelled. So our kinetic energy is what? T is equal to half into M0 V square. So when the speed of the particle M is V is very, very less than the speed of the light, then the kinetic energy correspond to that non-relativistic particle. Okay. Therefore, the kinetic energy of a body is equal to increase in mass due to relative motion, and it is multiplied by the square of the speed of light. But if V is approaching to C, V is very close to C, then in this equation, V by C is, or here, this V by C is 1. Then the mass and kinetic energy of the particle tend to be infinite, which shows that the speed of the light is unattainable.